Lieutenant Colonel Sir Arthur Henry McMahon GCMG GCVO KCIE KStJ, was a British Indian Army officer and diplomat who served as the High Commissioner in Egypt from 1915 to 1917. He was also an administrator in the British Raj and served twice as Chief Commissioner of Balochistan. McMahon is best known for the McMahon-Hussein Correspondence with Hussein bin Ali, Sharif of Mecca, the McMahon Line between Tibet and India, and the Declaration to the Seven in response to a memorandum written by 7 notable Syrians. After the Sykes-Picot Agreement was published by the Bolshevik Russian government in November 1917, McMahon resigned. He also features prominently in T.E. Lawrence's account of his role in the Arab revolt against the Ottoman Empire during World War I. 7 Pillars of Wisdom. Background: McMahon was the son of Lieutenant General Charles Alexander McMahon, FRSFGS, a geologist and commissioner of both Lahore and Hissa in Punjab, India, and who, like his father Captain Alexander McMahon, had been an officer with the East India Company. The McMahons are the Gaelic clan of McMahon who had come originally from the medieval Irish kingdom of Aegila or Oriel in South Ulster, North Leinster, where they reigned from around 1250 until about 1600. Sir Henry McMahon's own family had settled in the Downpatrick area of County Down before his great-grandfather, the Rev. Arthur McMahon, moved to Kilrea, where he was minister to the local Presbyterian congregation between 1789 and 1794, a prominent Irish Republican. The Rev. Mr. McMahon was a member of the National Directory of the Society of United Irishmen and one of the colonels in Ulster during the Irish Rebellion of 1798. He apparently fought at the battles of Saintfield and Ballynahinchen after the rebels' overall defeat had been able to flee to France, where he served with Napoleon's Irish Legion. It is said that he was captured by the British during the Weltrand campaign of 1809, and though sent to England, was later able to return to France where in June 1815 he eventually died fighting, it is believed, at either Ligny or of Waterloo. Career: McMahon was commissioned a lieutenant in the Indian Staff Corps in the 1880s and was appointed a Companion of the Most Eminent Order of the Indian Empire in 1894. By 1897, he had been promoted to captain and was appointed a Companion of the Most Exalted Order of the Star of India in that year. He was promoted Major in the Army in July 1901. He was knighted as a Knight Commander of the Most Eminent Order of the Indian Empire in 1906 and promoted to the rank of Lieutenant Colonel in 1909. In 1911, on the occasion of the Delhi Durbar, he was Foreign Secretary of the British government in India. The King made him a Knight Grand Cross of the Royal Victorian Order, an award in his own gift. He spoke Persian, Afghan, and Hindustani, an aptitude for languages that led also to Arabic. Sir Henry was appointed to the post of High Commissioner in Egypt in 1915. When he arrived by train, Sir Ronald Stores described him as quiet, friendly, agreeable, considerate and cautious. Although later in his career Stores and others were not so charitable, he was made a Knight of Grace of the Most Venerable Order of the Hospital of St. John of Jerusalem. McMahon replaced Sir Milne Cheetham, briefly acting for Kitchener. Although a temporary appointment, it became a permanent post for an experienced political administrator. McMahon was appointed British High Commissioner in Cairo to replace Lord Kitchener, who had become War Secretary in London. With the approval of Kitchener and Foreign Secretary Sir Edward Grey, McMahon began a long correspondence with Sharif Hussein, the Ottoman-appointed ruler of the Hijaz, to use the Bedouin tribes under his control to support the Egyptian Expeditionary Force in overthrowing the Ottoman Ottomans. Sir Gilbert Clayton, Aubrey Herbert, Storrs and others of the intelligence community approved of McMahon's pro-Arabist policy from 1916 onwards. McMahon sat on the plan to use the Sharif to support British for 6 months, but it was Sir Reginald Wingate who persuaded McMahon that the Arabs were ready, able and willing for Cairo to support Hussein in an effort to overthrow the Ottomans and establish a pan-Arab state made up of Ottoman Arab lands in the Middle East. Storrs thought the diplomacy was, in every way, exaggerated. Quote, "He was appointed a Knight Grand Cross of the Most Distinguished Order of St. Michael and St. George in 1916 upon his retirement from the British Indian Army. By May 1916, Turkish troops had arrived in Mecca. McMahon received a telegram from Abdullah ibn Hussein, Sharif Hussein's son, that the movement was ready. McMahon dispatched the Oriental Secretary, Storrs, to London with a team of intelligence experts. The British decision to land at the Dardanelles, instead of Alexandria, and to allow French Syria founded by the Sykes-Picot Agreement to exist at all, irritated McMahon. In 1920, he was awarded the Order of El Nada, First Class, from the King of the Hejaz. In 1925, he was promoted to a Knight of Justice of the Most Venerable Order of the Hospital of St. John of Jerusalem. Titles: 1862 to 1882, Arthur Henry McMahon, 1882 to 1894, Lieutenant Arthur Henry McMahon, 1894 to 1895, Lieutenant Arthur Henry McMahon, CIE, 1895 to 1897, Captain Arthur Henry McMahon, CIE, 1897 to 1901, Captain Arthur Henry McMahon, CSI, CIE, 1901 to 1906, Major Arthur Henry McMahon, CSI, CIE, 1906 to 1909, Major Sir Arthur Henry McMahon, KCIE, CSI, 1909 to 1911, Lieutenant Colonel Sir Arthur Henry McMahon, KCIE, CSI, 1911 to 1916, Lieutenant Colonel Sir Arthur Henry McMahon, GCVO, KCIE, CSI, 1916 to 1949, Lieutenant Colonel Sir Arthur Henry McMahon, GCMG, GCVO, KCIE, CSI. Legacy: a species of Asian viper, Aristocophus mcmahoni, is named in honor of Henry McMahon. Another species of snake, Aronish mcmahoni, also named in his honor, is considered a synonym of Aronish persicus.